What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and who could have predicted this? Who could ever have thought that by the NFL making football completely about social justice, about woke politics, about racial divisions, who could imagine that the ratings would drop? But that's exactly what we have. The NFL has gone down the exact same path that the NBA chose to. By instead of making it about the sport, instead of making it about competition, they have made it about identity politics, and they will pay the price. We have seen it from the very beginning. NFL season kickoff ratings drop from 2019 opener as Kansas City thrash Houston at COVID-19 socially distanced stadium. And we talked about it. I made a video last night after the national anthem, after the moment of unity where the fans booed the woke social justice narrative that the NFL was pushing. And just imagine if there had been more people there. Imagine if it had been more than the 17,000 people allowed in the stadium. The entire crowd would have been booing this nonsense because they just want to get back to football. They are tired of this. The Houston Texans did not come out for either the Black National Anthem or the national anthem itself. They stayed in the locker room. You can see here. Here they are running out after the national anthem because they stayed in the locker room. That did not sit well with a lot of people. However, I do think that people would rather they stay in than kneel. I do think that's the case. But if you're not even going to come out, that also a lot of people are going to see that as disrespectful, as avoiding what's actually going on. And then you had Kansas City, who came out and they all stood proudly at attention, linked arms for the Black national anthem. But when it came to the national anthem, they were standing all around, not in solidarity, with one player, Alex Okafor, linebacker, electing to take a knee. That did not sit well with a lot of people either. You have very divisive feelings about the national anthem last night. Here you go. For the record, the Black national anthem doesn't speak for me as a black person. My national anthem is the Star-Spangled Banner, and that is every American's national anthem. That's why to play something called the Black national anthem in and of itself seems incredibly divisive and a bad step for the NFL to do. So it's no shock, right? It's no shock that the ratings are down. Let's take a look. Let's dive into these numbers. With the coronavirus pandemic still raging across America, this year's NFL season opener was different as night and day in many ways for the 100th season kickoff in 2019. That was last year. Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears. Not necessarily an exciting game, a rivalry game to be sure, but as I watched it, I had high hopes for my Bears. It didn't turn out last season, that's for sure. For one thing, as reigning Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs pummeled the Houston Texans 34-20. The ratings were down a lot. 16.1% drop. That is what they are saying. You had 16 million viewers tune in. Like they said, it's a 16.1% drop over the spectacle of the September 5th, 2019 opener. So down 16% from last year, direct Thursday for Thursday NFL opening night ratings. We knew this would happen. We told the NFL this would happen. And don't be surprised if this gets even worse as time goes on. A lot of people were tuning in just to see what the shit show was going to be. What were these players going to do? That is why a lot of people tuned in after they saw what they're trying to do. Let's go back to here. Even when they had these singers up here, they had these singers singing the Star-Spangled Banner. They had George Floyd. They had pictures of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor on them as they were singing, right? They were clearly making a statement. This entire thing, from the pregame to during the broadcast, it was all about setting a narrative. And again, you can't get away from this. You want to get to sports to get away from all this other shit going on in the world, but you can't right now, whether it's the NBA or the NFL. Roger Goodell is making the same mistakes, and they are paying for it dearly, and it will get even worse. Having said that, right now, the TV viewership results of the game in front of 17,000 socially distanced fans looking like a 10-year low. That's right. These are the lowest rated opener in 10 years for the NFL. If that doesn't tell you that we are right, that what we have been saying here is right, that this will cause people to tune out. A lot of people saying that, it's not going to matter. People are still going to come back and watch. Listen, I think this may only be the beginning. also keep in mind that the ratings this year will be higher just in general because now they are taking out-of-home ratings into consideration, which is huge for the NFL, as a limited amount of places are open right now. But still, if you watch at a Buffalo Wild Wings, if you watch at a bar somewhere, those ratings are now going to be taken into account for ratings. So it's going to skyrocket in general. I don't know how big of an impact it had on these specific ratings, but the simple fact that they are down that much is enormous. I don't know what to say. Like, we told you so. We told you so. Places like this, Sports Wars, black and white sports, outkick the coverage. We have been preaching this, that this is the result of the woke narrative, the social justice narrative getting into sports. The result will be terrible for the sport because over time, as these ratings go down, people are saying, oh, they have billion-dollar contracts. Yeah, those get renegotiated. And they get renegotiated based on what the ratings are expected to be. And if the NFL, if the NBA continues down this line, they will lose money. The players will effectively lose money. And by lose money, I just mean they won't make as much. That's what we all mean. We understand that. They lose profits, right? They're not actually going to go into the red. But this is huge. This should be a wake-up call for Roger Goodell, a wake-up call. And I see a lot of the woke media right now trying to say, hey, them booing, it's a moment for Roger Goodell to stand tall and say, we don't want your racist opinions, right? That's what the media is trying to push them towards. The media might be the only ones watching this thing when it's all said and done. Interested to hear you guys' thoughts about this. Let's be real. We knew this would happen. We knew that the ratings would go down regardless of what these people continue to try to tell us. Roger Goodell has made a mistake. The NFL has made a mistake. Hopefully they can rectify this and get back to football. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.